Hey people, thank you so much. Welcome back to the session. And today we will learn about how to. Hey people, thank you so much and welcome back to the session. In today's session, we will learn about how to write a project charter. If you have seen my previous sessions on how to identify the voice of business and how to convert that into the statistical problem, then based on the voice of business, how to find the CTQ and write in a statistical way. So based on these two metric, this one is your voice of business when you are trying to improve the employee satisfaction score. Generally, voice of business we see in the define phase. So in the define phase, when your top management or your CEO is coming and asking you, okay, man, you have to improve the you have to improve the employee satisfaction. So they are talking about the practical problem, which you have converted into the statistical problem. Like as employee satisfaction is the well-being of employee. You are measuring the employee satisfaction on a scale of 1 to 8. Minimum target is 5. Your current average is 3.25. So 5 minus 3.25, you have to fill a gap of 1.75. If you fill the gap of 1.75 from 3.25 to 5, then this will be around 53% improvement. You have seen in the last session, how did we arrive to the pay slip defect as in CTQ, which is part of the measure phase. So this measure phase statistical problem is that pay slip defect target is not more than 2%. If current average is 2.65%, difference we have to fill 2.65 minus 2 is 0.65. And if you reduce from 2.65 to 2%, then it will be around 24% improvement. So measure phase metric we call as a primary metric, which you are going to improve. And this is also called your CTQ of the project. While in the define phase metric, what you are improving, that is called as a secondary metric. And your primary metric must have a direct correlation with the secondary metric. If you are trying to improve the primary metric, your secondary metric must improve. That's how we identify the CTQ. Typically, in a Six Sigma, yellow belt or green belt project, we do not deal with the two metric. One problem statement or one is goal statement will be more than an. But when you go into the black belt kind of project, so probably your CTQ when you are starting the project is not very clear. So when you start the project, slowly, you start peeling the onion and you uncover the layers, then you will come to know what is your right CTQ, which you improve. That will help you to improve your business metric or the secondary metric. So let's understand how do we write the project charter. So first and foremost thing in any project is the project title. When you are writing the title, your title should speak everything about the project. So like as in this case, you have ESAT. So my simple target will be improve ESAT score or employee satisfaction score. By looking at this, anyone who is reading, they will come to know that what exactly you are trying to work upon. That you are working on the employee satisfaction score improvement. Once the title is done, then you have to write the business case. Business case is all about background of your problem. That what about the business is doing, what is the process in the business, and what is the problem you are facing. You write the combination of three words, you will get the business case. Like as in this case, if I consider for any organization, suppose let's say ABC organization or company is involved in resolving the customer um, sorry, we are not talking about CSAT, we are talking about ESAT. So let's write on the ESAT. ABC organization um, is involved in resolving the customer problem tickets, or let's say customers technical problem ticket related to their computers. Technical problem tickets related to their computers or machine. This is about background of the business, how you are doing the business. Now you give some reference to the process and problem. Solving the customer tickets is a kind of niche skill and required a and let's say required and critical attention of service engineer. As per last quarter data, AVC organization observed that employee satisfaction score is recorded low, let's say very low, which may have significant impact on attrition. So this is imperative now to improve the employee satisfaction score to reduce or to control the attrition. Like this, we write a business case. If you read this business case, I hope this properly justifies that why it is important for us to solve this business problem. So business case should give you a kind of feel that we are writing, whenever we are writing, the problem we are trying to solve, it should be justifying that. So once you have completed the business case, then we have to write the problem statement. Assume your CTQ is not clear. You just receive the voice of business from your manager or from your head of the business. And based on the voice of business, you will write your problem statement. So whenever you are writing a problem statement, we always start addressing these 5 words. Like, what is the problem? Where is the problem? Since when is the problem? How big is the problem? And what is the negative impact of the problem? So in this case, what is the problem? Problem is low employee satisfaction score. Where is the problem? This is in the ABC organization. Since when is the problem? Let's assume this problem started in the last, we are talking about, we are month of March. So maybe January 2023 to March 2023. This problem exists. As per the data we have collected, how big is the problem? So we already have the statistical number for how big is the problem, which is around, currently we are at 3.25 against the target of 5. So how big is the problem? Average 3.25 on a scale of minimum 5. And negative impact, as we identify, it is leading to attrition. All right. So this is the way once you identify these 5 words answer, then we will write our problem statement by combining these 5 words. So how we should combine? Like, let's say, uh, as per employee satisfaction survey data collected for ABC organization for the period of Jan 23 to March 23, the current average ESAT score is 3.25 against the minimum target of 5 on a scale of 1 to 8 has direct negative impact on attrition rate. Done. Once you write your problem statement like this, basically what I did, I just addressed these answer to these 5 words. Whatever the one word answer I received, I combined into one sentence and I see my problem statement is perfect now. Once you have written the problem statement, you have to write your goal statement as well. So goal statement is just opposite to your problem statement as an smart goal statement. So what we are trying to focus? We are trying to focus to improve the employee satisfaction score. So goal statement will be to improve ESAT score for ABC organization from current average 3.25 to minimum 5. When you are moving from 3.2 minimum 5, how much percent improvement you are doing? We have done the calculation. This will be around 53.8% improvement. So here you will be writing 53 point approximately 8% improvement in the process by when you want to improve it. Let's say in 2023 by December 2023 you want to improve. Here is my goal statement. So when you are writing your problem and goal statement based on the business metric, this is called your secondary metric because still we did not identify the CTQ, and CTQ is always primary problem and primary goal statement. So this will be your secondary problem or secondary goal statement, which generally we identify in the define stage. Because the project is complex black belt project, so we should have two different problem statement. One, we are identifying the define phase, and when we derive the CTQ, because deriving the CTQ collection of data will take time, this will you will find in the measure phase. Now similar way, now I have to identify my CTQ. So already you have watched in the last session that I identify my measure phase CTQ, which was from the payslip defect. So I'm just copying pasting the data here. You can watch in the last session. So my CTQ is the payslip defect. So what is the defect? Defect is any which is definition defect of definition of defect is any deviation from the specification. Specification says defect should not be more than 2%, but my current average defect is 2.65%, which means 0.65% additional defect I am generating, which is equal to approximately, if I improve from 2.65 to reduce to 2%, this will be around 24% improvement. So now my problem and the goal statement, which I will write on the CTQ, that will be my measure phase, which is the primary one problem statement. And similar way, I will write my measure phase, which is the primary goal statement. Again, I will address those 5 words related to this. So what is the problem? Where is the problem? Since when is the problem? How big is the problem? And what is the negative impact of that? So what is the problem? Problem is now I have a payslip defect is my problem. Where is the problem? In ABC organization. Payroll process. Because payslip defect you will get from the payroll process. Since when is the problem? Same data, same period, Jan 23 to March 23. How big? This is around 2.65% of average against the target of max 2%. Negative impact, because we have identified the voice of business that is leading to the attrition, and from the voice of business we identified the employee satisfaction is low because of the pay slip defect. So this has a direct impact on the organization level, low ESAT score. Now these 5 words what I have written here, I will combine again into one sentence, and that will become your perfect problem statement. So data, let's say, as per pay slip defect data for ABC organization payroll process, the current average pay slip defect rate is 2.65% against the max target of 2%, has direct impact on what? Low ESAT score. Now, once the problem statement is done, you will be writing the goal statement, because my secondary problem on goal statement we have written, we are trying to improve by December 23. Same thing will be here. So answer will be for the goal statement to improve pay slip defect for ABC organization payroll process from 2.65% to 2%, which is how much improvement we are bringing in the process? Approximately 24.53% improvement, approximately 24.5% improvement by December 2023. And my goal statement for my primary problem or C2Q is over. Next thing, in the project charter, you have to select the team. So team charter typically comprise, or we start with our sponsor. Sponsor, we write the name and the location here for the people about the and the contact detail, but I am just writing for your reference. Sponsor is always head of the business. Basically, in this case, whomsoever is heading the business for ABC organization, that name should come here. Now, second roles, we should be writing about the champion. So champion is always head of the process. And what process we are dealing with? We are dealing with the process of pay slip defect on the CTQ. So probably the payroll process head will be your champion. Next role, you have to find out a mentor. Generally, your typically mentor is your master black belt or maybe any experienced black belt who has done couple of projects and they understand the subject well. Next role will be your project owner. You being the project owner as a black belt or green belt will be the project owner. You need some of the subject matter expert. Typically, these people are the process expert. Like as in this case, we are trying to improve the process of payslip defects. So my payroll executive will be my subject matter expert in this case. And of course, you need some helping hand to do so many of the activities. So here, the last role I will be defining as an team members. They are the one who are the yellow belts or the green belts will be helping you, or maybe the somebody learning about Six Sigma, or maybe they have an attitude towards the process improvement. Those people will become your team members and they will be helping you in carrying out the project. Now the team has decided, problem goal statement has decided, you have to find out the scope. We have already primary metric or the secondary metric we have written, everything is clear. Like as this, your primary metric was payslip defects, secondary metric is employee satisfaction. You have the title, you have the business case, you have the problem and goal statement for the secondary metric in the define phase. Then you identified the CTQ and you have the problem and goal statement for the based on the CTQ. You have developed the team charter. Now you have to look for the scope of the project, because many a time the people will have the unrealistic expectation from you when they will just heard, okay, you are working on the Six Sigma project like defect reduction. Without thinking what defect you are talking about, they will ask you question about every kind of defect. So you should write a clear scope always, that you are looking only for pay slip defect is in your scope, and everything other than this, or you will say any other defect type, I am not answerable. So that is you want to discuss or you want to go for the 10th of April 2023, and actually you are completing by 20th, let's say 23rd of April 2023. So you are taking more than the expected time, which you have to meet somewhere or other. Measure phase you are planning, suppose it was supposed to complete by the 30th April 2023, and actually you are completing maybe by the 20th of April 2023. So here you are completing this before the expected date. Similar way, analyze phase may be analyzing the data you want to close by the May. Let's say 25th of May 2023, and actual completion of this data you are done or you are doing maybe by, let's say, 20th of May 2023. So again, you are before time. Similarly, you will go for the improve phase. Let's say you want to improve, because improve phase take maximum time. In analyze phase, you have identified the root cause, but in improve phase, you have to identify the actionable. You have to develop the improvement plan, and you have to implement that and sustain that. So it takes a lot of time, maybe from May, April, June, or maybe suppose by, let's say, 10th of July 2023, you will target it, and you are going to implement this maybe by, assume actual implementation is done by 50th of July 2023. And now you have to sustain the process and control this. So the sustenance of the process, maybe you are targeting, because by December we will receive the result, and the project closure you have said that we will be closing by the December. So sustenance, maybe you are targeting, let's say maybe 10th of December 2023, because November month you will receive the result of this, and by 10th of December itself you are closing the project. So you have got everything here. That's the way we always write the project charter. So this is your expected timeline, and these are your actual timeline. So what we have seen in this session, we have seen that you have the define problem, you have the measure problem or the CTQ identified, you have the title of the project, you have the business case, you have the problem statement and goal statement for the defined problem. Then you have identified a measurable CTQ or statistical CTQ. Then you have written the problem and goal statement for the measure phase. Then you have the team charter. You have, after this, you have identified the scope in, scope out, and the timeline. That's all. These are the minimum thing that we write or we mention in the project charter. I will see you in the next session, people. Till the time, thank you so much.